Hello guys, welcome back to Romania as the manager here of FC Voluntari in the Romanian First Division. Apologies, I don't quite know the proper name for the First Division, a Superliga I think it is. Like I say, we are the manager at Voluntari. We're in nation number 11 of our epic quest across Europe to win every top flight division in Europe. It's episode number 91, we're in season number 27 I believe. And we have had a pretty good start to life in Romania. We have lost a couple of players, forced. Some of them were forced. The minimum fee release clauses in contracts, unhappy players, things like that. We've also brought in a couple of replacements as well. So we'll start there. Financially, the club is in very good position as well. We'll start with the outs though, and we'll go by date order. Now, the best player at the club when I came here was Ionut Cristea. He had a minimum fee release clause of 1.8 million in his contract, which CFR Cluj did come in and activate. He was unhappy anyway. The rest of the squad agreed with him. They wanted to let him go for the sake of the club. So unfortunately, he has gone. He's gone to CFR Cluj. Sabal was a fringe player. He's gone as well. But the man who we started off playing as the main striker, Vlad Ganici, also had a 1.8 million fee release clause in his contract. Now, I wasn't too disheartened by this one because he's not had the best of goal scoring form really throughout his career. It's been pretty decent, but for us he scored 2 in 6 and he's gone to Sepsi and he's got none in 3, so not too disheartened. Sorry, I've clicked the wrong thing there. The starting goalkeeper when we came in was another one. He became unhappy, so we've just moved him on to Al Ahly in the United Arab Emirates, I believe. So he's gone there now, having not made an appearance for us. In terms of ins, though, obviously we've seen Akdag and Mendy. We did manage to get Husic across the line. Kemal Husic, the 20-year-old Serbian. Quite pleased with him. He's done extremely well in his debut season for us. 6 appearances and 1 goal, but he's defended very, very well. He's also something of a threat from corners. At 6'4" with 20 jumping reach, his heading can be a little bit better. It does look like he's declining as well, unfortunately, which is not great. But he's 20 years old. He's got plenty of time to grow. Lincoln Barreiro is a free transfer, a Colombian, 28 years old. He's come in as the new defensive midfielder on defend. Now, I did say that the guy who we had playing there before, which was Lati, I think, was something of an old man of the squad. So we've brought Lincoln in. He's got some very good physicals, some very good mentals as well. And he's not too bad of a defensive midfielder really either. He's had an okay start, but I think that sort of position that he plays in tends not to lead to having good match ratings. But, you know, he's done quite well since he's come in. And then the replacement up top for Vlad Ganici. Now, I actually brought him in before Ganici left. I was looking for somebody who could score me some goals, really, because Ganici wasn't doing the job. So the top scorer in the league at the time was Danut Tofan. We've brought him in from U Cluj as a centre forward. Now, he's extremely good. Very happy with him. He came in and scored a hat-trick on his debut. He's got 8 goals in 10 games so far in the league this season. 3 from 4 for us, which is really, really good. Finishing could be a little bit better for a striker, but we didn't actually pay that much for him. We do have Dragos Kostashi just behind him. Now, he's struggled in front of goal. He's got 1 goal in 25 appearances in the league in his career, so he has struggled a little bit, but he's 17 years old. He's developing nicely. Quite happy with him. In terms of where we're at financially though, with all of those people going out and the people coming in, is we've got 3.8 million in the bank, 2.6 million to spend still thanks to those couple of fees that came in, and we've got about 5k left in the wage budget. Obviously I do want to try and keep the club in some kind of positive bank balance. Anyway, fixture-wise, since you were last with us, obviously we opened the season with that 1-0 win over Brasov. We then did take on Dinamo Bucuresti in the next game, and unfortunately we did succumb to a defeat here. George Marin with the only goal of the game in the 12th minute. We probably deserved to win, really. We probably did. The players, they didn't really play their best. It's going forward, Latu had a poor game as well. So maybe Dinamo Bucuresti probably just about deserved to win it. We did bounce back though with a 1-0 win. We've had 4 1-0s in a row to start the season. and it was against, we'll just say Chindia, against Chindia. Probably fortunate to get the win as well. They had a player sent off, although saying that, they didn't really threaten us. He was sent off in the 50th minute, and if they've not mustered a shot on target in the first 50 minutes, then they're probably never going to, are they? We had 20 in total. XG was a little bit poor, so they weren't the greatest of chances, but we did have a lot of possession in this game, and Kemal Husic, I think this was his debut, actually got the goal for us from, I believe, from a corner. It will have been from a corner. Again, a couple of poor performances going forward. The fourth 1-0 in a row, though, was against Sepsi, this time away from home, and it was Ganici getting one of his only goals this season in another sort of dominant performance. We didn't see a lot of the ball, but you don't have to really, do you? We have hit the woodwork a lot this season as well. I've noticed that. In fact, I don't know which game it was, but if we customise that, tick woodwork on, we hit the woodwork twice in this one. So we're creating chances. We're just not quite finding the finishing. So 3 wins from 4 in our first 4 games. 5th game was a 1-1 draw away from home. Ganici getting on the score sheet again. Daniel Nita for Farrell Constanta did grab an equaliser in the 38th minute. And it was probably another one we should have won. We didn't hit the woodwork in this one, but we probably should have won it. A couple of poor performances, but the players were still getting used to my brand of football. We then had probably our best result of the season so far, and it was a fantastic thumping 3-0 win over the defending champions CFR Cluj. They only had 1 shot on target. They had a man sent off in the 35th minute. We were already hit at that stage, though. Alexandru Sabo with the goal. Anastasi and Mendy getting on the score sheet in this one. Ilariu had a fantastic performance in the centre of defence as well. Our XG was astronomical compared to Cluj's. We've hit the woodwork again. We've created chances. We had a lot of the ball. It was a very, very good performance all round. We followed that up with a 3-0 win over supposedly the second best team in the country. Tofan, this was Tofan's debut where he got that hat-trick. We battered them. We really did batter them. XG of 3.25 to 0.33. It was another good performance by Voluntari. So back-to-back 3-0 wins. We then dropped points in the next 2 games, though. Unfortunately, we took on Petrolul Ploieci. Apologies again. A 0-0 draw, though. Couldn't find the breakthrough. We've hit the woodwork. No, not in this one. Not in this one. But we've had 5 shots on target. They've had 3. Neither team could actually find the finishing edge and score a goal. So a 0-0 in that one. We've then lost the game to University Craiova. Unfortunately, we did get beaten 2-0 in this one. Despite probably being the best team, we are the light blue line here. It's another game which we did dominate. We've hit the woodwork 3 times in this one. Kostash had a poor game though. We've had a lot of injuries throughout the squad, and you can see the rotation that I've had here. I've had to move Tofan out to the right hand side, Kostash up top. Our wingers have been injured a lot. We've also had central defensive issues in terms of injuries, but we were probably the better team. We've had 2 shots against us on target, and they've both gone in. So Burhan Akdag not really showing his qualities in that one. We did bounce back though against a team whose name I can't pronounce. Polytechnica Timsuara, that'll do. Tofan, Tinshu and Kostashi with the goals in this one. A 3-0 win. Again, we've hit the woodwork. We've had a lot of efforts. We've dominated XG wise. Again, another very, very good performance. That was in the cup. That was Kostashi's to break his sort of goal scoring duct. So quite pleased with that one. And then lastly in the league, we've taken on Polytechnica Iasa, Sabu and Kostashi with the goals in this one, both in the first half. Hit the woodwork again. Only allowed 1 shot against us on target. They did have a man sent off though in the 69th minute. We've picked up another injury in this game though to one of the fullbacks. But it was another fantastic performance by the boys. An XG of 2.99, 11 shots on target is really, really good. So where that leaves us currently in the league is currently in second place. Now CFR Cluj, They've won 6 out of the last 7 seasons. They've had a shocking start. They've only picked up 3 wins in their first 10 games, and I have actually been monitoring their manager's progress to see whether the CFR job is going to become available, because that would make our job so much easier here. It is now insecure. He's possibly the most insecure manager in Romania at the minute. It was stable for a long time, but they are out the cup. They're currently down in 11th in the league with, like I say, just the 3 wins. We find ourselves in second place, though. It is Cluj at the top of the table. They've only lost the 1 game. We've got the same goal difference. We do have a game in hand, though, so that is today's game. Hopefully we can win it. We're taking on the team in 6th place in UTA Arad. Hopefully we can close that gap back to 1 point. It is very close at the top, though. There's a lot of teams sort of in close proximity. Like 9th place is only 5 points behind us after 10 games. So it is a very close league as things stand. So, but hopefully we can win this one. We are at home for the game. In terms of the lineup we're going to go for, like I say, we are suffering from injuries. Mendy's on his way back from one. Anastasi's just come back from one, so he can go back into the game today. But Georgie, the left back, is also suffering from an injury. So what I actually did in the last game is I moved Gerbaneo over to the left back. Olario comes off, but Latu can play at left back. We're going to get Anastasi on the bench, ready for today's game, in place of Robert Apatrei. So the lineup today is going to be Burhan in goal. It's going to be Latu, Husic, Ioni, who is one of the good youth prospects at the club. He is developing. He's actually pretty decent. He was my replacement for Cristea, really. I didn't go out and buy another centre-half. And he's got some very, very good attributes. 6'2" already, only 17 years old. Promising centre-back, so I'm looking forward to his development. And then it's going to be Gerbaneo moving over from the right-hand side to the left-back position today. In the midfield, it's going to be Tinchu, who can now comfortably play as a defensive midfielder, which is really, really good. He's actually naturally as a regista, which is very rare to see. But as a segundo volante on attack, he's very, very good. And that's reflected in his match rating so far, a 6.99, which is pretty decent. Only the 1 assist, though, no goals, so he does need to add that to his game as well. Barreo is coming in as the defensive midfielder on defend today, and it's a first start of the season for Marvin Toms. A little bit of squad rotation. He's another one of the good potential sort of youngsters at the club. We're going to give Sabo a rest. Sabo is on the bench, though. He's had a fantastic season so far as Sabo. Inside forward on the left-hand side is Preda, another one of the young homegrown nation prospects. He's been playing there as out of necessity, really, due to the injuries that we have had to Atanosi and Anastea. 6.57 though in his couple of games he's played. He's not done really well. Tofan on the right hand side for today's game. He can play there, and through lack of a replacement for him, he's going to have to play there today. And then up top it's going to be Kostashi, the very, very promising 17-year-old attacking player. Hopefully he can just add a few more goals to his game, and I think he'll be an absolute beast. He does need to work on his dribbling, which I've just noticed. In fact, we'll do that now while we're here. So ball control, and that's the lineup for today, guys. Well, what a quiet first half this has been. This is the first highlight. We're in the 40th minute, just before half time, and it is Husic coming forward, finds Tinchu to Tofan. He's got Latu outside of him. Latu comes back to Husic. Goes forward over the top towards Tofan. He's done his defender there. He's inside the penalty area, driving towards the goal. He's checked back though, finds Tinchu. Tinchu with the ball across towards Kostashi. Got to do much better than that has the young man. I think it's actually gone behind for a corner, so the defender did really well. It's going to be Preda to take the corner. He's going to be aiming for those big men at that near post. And it is towards the young man in Ayani. It's gone just wide of the post though, but it's been a very, very quiet first half. We're getting all the highlights at the end. It is going to be another corner to be taken by Preda. Again towards that near post. It's headed out this time though. Tinchu gets it back in. Finds Preda. Oh, great goal. Ovidiu Preda with his first goal of the season gives Voluntari the lead right on the stroke of half time. We're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's a good defensive header clear, but Tinchu does well to win it back. Gets the ball inside to Preda, who just drills it. I think that's probably got to go down with his own goal rather than Preda's goal. But, he's not going to complain. He's going to try and claim it, isn't he? You would if it was you. hopefully we can have a little bit of a better second half, guys. There's like I say, there's not been a lot happened. UTA Arad are not really in the game though. Thankfully, we are again dominant, and we are now coming forward with Tinchu on this free kick. Ayani's got his head on it again. It's gone out for a goal kick this time though. Right, we've got 20 minutes left in the game. I have brought the two starting inside forwards on to try and get some match fitness back into them. I've moved Tofan up top, which is his more natural position. Hopefully we can bag another goal. It's going to be Tinchu with this free kick on the edge of the area though. Is he going to go for goal? I think he probably is. It's a good one. It's a great save there by the goalkeeper to deny Tinchu. But what can we do from the resulting corner? It's going to be Atanosoi to take the corner. Left footed to an outswinger. It's towards that near post again. It's headed clear. Only as far as Tofan though. Now Tinchu, Gabanayo, Latu from the edge of the area. It's another good save by the goalkeeper Guevara, who is keeping Arad in this game because they've offered absolutely nothing going forward. Have Arad. And as we approach the final couple of minutes of the game, guys, we're going to get another 1-0 this season. Doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter how many you win by, as long as you win. Tinchu picking up the man of the match performance in that one, which is fantastic. It's a very, very good performance all round by the boys. We've had a fantastic game there, and we've closed the gap back to just the 1 point at the top of the table. Of course, this table doesn't really matter though, because as we all have seen in the previous episode, this division's quite weird in the fact that this table splits after 30 games. And I think the way I read it is, when it goes into the championship playoff, it halves your points from the C. So it does matter, because obviously the more points you've got, the more you've got to start with in the next thing. This is something else new with the updated version of the skin. Is in the league table you've got your XG table, and we're actually expected to be first in terms of XG. We're -7. XG against is -1, which is good. So it's saying that we're 7 goals. We've scored 7 goals less than we should have. Really, points wise, we're 1 less than what we should have as well, which just shows you just how poorly we've probably performed in front of goal this season. If we do have a look at it, we have only scored the 13 goals, which by our standards, we've always been a high scoring manager. In this save, we've scored a lot of goals. We do have the best defence in the league though, which is completely odd for us. It's this change to this 4-3-3 formation. It has done us really, really well. Next episode, guys, is going to be my 1000th. No, it's not going to be my 1000th, unless I stretch it out a bit. It might be my 1000th game in this save, guys. We might stretch it out a bit. Of course, yeah, I think we'll do it. I think we'll do the 1000th game in management in this save as the next episode. But guys, thank you very much for being here as always. Please let me know if you're enjoying the series in the comments below. Please also hit that like button for me, and hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying it. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. So cheers, guys. See you next time.